Let's get more updates, though, from Lower Manhattan about why the special grand jury did not meet today in the Trump Stormy Daniels case. Joining us now is Fox News correspondent Bryan Llenas with the latest. Bryan, good to see you. We have relied on your reporting over the course of the last several days, but what's going on here? Was this seen as somewhat of a surprise that this did not happen today?
Evening, yes, it was a surprise. It was shocking to a lot of us that today's proceeding was abruptly canceled. Look, the grand jury was set to hear the testimony from one last witness today. That's what we were told. But then this morning, the district attorney's office canceled that 2 p.m. proceeding and has actually told the jury that they're on standby for tomorrow's planned session. Again, we do not know why that today's proceeding was abruptly canceled, but two sources do tell Fox News Digital that this does come amid what sources have told Fox News Digital is, quote, major dissension within the DA's office. One source claiming that Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg is having trouble convincing the grand jury of potential charges due to the, quote, weakness of the case. Listen.
Bragg is suggesting, according to reports, that he'd like to prove a federal crime that the Department of Justice didn't think warranted a charge. That's something that none of us have really seen before. So he's taking this bizarre case with all these conflicts into what is a historic moment. And I don't think history will be very kind to him.
Trump is said to be facing the possible charges of falsifying business records as it relates to the $130,000 hush money payment to adult film actress Stormy Daniels and labeling it as, quote, legal expenses. The charge could potentially be elevated to a felony, though, if Trump is found to have falsified records with the intent to conceal a violation of state campaign finance law. Bragg has been under intense political pressure, Andy, from both sides of the aisle. You have Republicans who have labeled this as a political witch hunt, and you have Democrats who have expressed concern that if Trump were to be charged and then acquitted in this case, that it could undermine the potential legal cases that are coming down the pipe that Trump is facing, at least 3 others that he is facing. And so, look, this cancellation today was a surprise, and it's really put the timing of this whole thing into question, and really, frankly, whether or not we will get an indictment, Andy.
Yeah, and Bryan, I'm kind of curious as well, because obviously what former President Trump posted on Truth Social over the weekend no longer operative, and it is just a waiting game. But like you said, Fox is reporting some dissension amongst the ranks of these grand jury members. And I think we were speaking just yesterday, we're all getting an education now on how grand juries operate as well. What is the Trump team, what is the Trump camp saying? Do they still expect it?
Yeah, from everything we're seeing and hearing, the Trump campaign has been frustrated in the sense that they've been waiting like everybody else. Look, grand juries are particularly secret, so we don't know what's happening other than sources or leaks getting the information out. And the Trump campaign has expressed annoyance at that. But the reality is that the grand jury is 23 people. It only takes 12 of those people to decide that there is reasonable evidence in a reasonable case for these charges to move forward. And look, we always say this line, but they say that you can indict a ham sandwich for a reason. The bar is very low, and this type of situation, a grand jury is run by the DA's office. They decide on their terms what evidence these jurors see. They decide what witnesses that testify in front of them. And so, we'll see what happens. I think just based on the low bar that it takes for these indictments to move forward, I think everybody has been waiting for this indictment to finally come down. But yeah, maybe this reporting is right. Maybe there is dissension, and maybe there is a concern. Ultimately, we don't know why there was the cancellation. It's very possible that he could lower the charges, add a new charge, keep it the same. Who knows? Andrew?
Yeah. And Bryan, just lastly, give us a sense, obviously the security posture is heightened. Is it even more so than when we last spoke? I know there's a lot of media down there on the ground, but are everyday New Yorkers coming up to you asking, when's it going to happen? Is it still going to happen?
New Yorkers are famous for not really caring about what's happening around them, and I would say it's business as usual down here. You have people that walk by and obviously are noticing. This is the largest group of reporters I've ever seen outside of a courthouse here at Manhattan Criminal Court. In terms of security, I would say it's remained the same for the week. We've had security that's at Trump Tower in Midtown, and you have the security and the barriers that have been set up outside of the Manhattan Criminal Court here. Again, even if this indictment does come, say this week, it's our reporting that an arraignment wasn't planned until at least next week. And that is because both the Trump team in the Secret Service and the DA's office would have to negotiate the terms of his surrender and all of the logistics that come with that, because obviously Trump is under the security of Secret Service and will be as he's processed here if he is indicted.
Yeah, and that remains, I guess, to be the next question. We're really in uncharted territory here. Fox's Bryan Llenas there in Lower Manhattan. Bryan, thanks so much. Talk again.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew.